Hopefully the light comes in pretty well. Sitting here waiting to start my start work basically, but I got plenty of time to do this video. So this is about, I almost said the wrong thing. It's The Wire season 2. This is episode 10. I think I'm almost done with this season, and wow, the delivery. I'm trying to be honest, I possibly can here. So the delivery of all this information, the way it's okay. I gotta slow down. The structuring of this series to date, or to the episode that I've watched so far, has been so good, above and beyond anything that I've watched. I feel like some of the other shows I've watched have been a little bit slower in the delivery. This one is, man, it's like, so the previous episode, I remember remember saying, hey man, this episode seems a little light, seems like everybody's having fun, seems really lighthearted, and it's really believable. Okay, and now we're on to this episode. The person, I'm gonna talk about him first before I even I should do the overview first. So the overview in this episode, I'm just so excited because it's such a good episode. So we've got the Hustler. There's some restructuring going on in the Hustlers, and a lot of doubt being placed because you've got this new character called Brother Mouzone. I looked up the name. It's an old name. It's an old last name that's related to a tool maker or something like that, which makes sense. He's a craftsman. He really is. So you got this guy, Brother Mouzone, and of course he's from the Nation of Islam. The bow tie, very soft spoken, but when he speaks, you understand what he's saying. If that makes any sense, right? Now you got that going on with the remnants of the Hustlers from the previous season. The new Hustlers are pretty much that's pretty much dried up at this point. But to add on to that, you have the connection to the port. All those characters have been called as just Greeks. Those guys have an inside man in the FBI. The FBI is now working on the case that our cops or the police have been working on from the whole season. So that information gets leaked to the Greeks, and they start cleaning house. All right, but while all that's happening, Ziggy, the character that I always thought was going to do something catastrophic and just royally properly fuck something up, winds up getting shafted on a deal with that he did behind his back. So let me try and give a little bit of backstory to that. I'm all over the place, I know, bear with me. So you've got the older Sabaka, all right? He's doing business with the Greeks initially. Now Nick, is it Nicholas or Nikolai, whatever, that's his nephew. He comes in behind the older Sabaka's back and does a deal with them for drugs. Then you've got Ziggy, which is the older Sabaka's son, comes in behind the backs of Nick and the older Sabaka and do another deal. He gets shafted on that deal. For some reason or another, he has a firearm at this point, which wasn't the firearm that he was looking at in the pawn store. Just to be clarified, it was like a Glock variant or something like that. It was one of the Glocks, but he was looking at older 1911s. But anyway, he winds up killing both, or killing one for sure, and killing another dude. Winds up killing two of the Greeks. That's a shitstorm that I think it's held under cap for the majority of the episode while other things are transpiring. As a viewer, you still have the knowledge that this took place, but a lot of the other characters don't have knowledge of it, and they're still going about their business. Now, they're trying to do good police work, and they've got a lot of manpower behind them now, the city cops, along with the interjection of the FBI. They've got a lot of manpower behind them, and this case, I guess you call it, has legs now. It's really moving. I almost lost my train of thought. But another thing, you've got the guy who's pretty much the reason that this whole thing even started moving is because of the vendetta between this high-ranking police officer and the Sabaka character, right? Not vendetta, but the bad blood between those two. That's the whole reason this season really. That's what this whole season took off. Okay, so you got that. What else happens? Yeah, you've got that. But he feels wrong because he just wants Sabaka. That's all he wants. He just wants Sabaka to go down. But Sabaka's part of a bigger thing. Everybody else involved in it can see that, but he can't because he's blinded by rage. And that issue comes up again when Ziggy takes his anger out on these two guys. Now, he was done wrong. I'll admit that. It was agreed upon a price, and the guy gave him less. And it was like, what are you going to do about it? And he took things into his own hand without having a conversation. He let his rage get the best of him. And they did a great job of capturing the after effects of that. So after he shoots him, the screen gets blurry and it's all crazy and confused, trying to set that state of confusion. And they do a good job of illustrating it, I feel like. Not illustrating, is it illustrating? They do a good job of showing that, okay? And he's sitting there, he's so remorseful about what he's done. And, that's something that's going to live with him for the rest of his life. When he pulled that trigger and ended that guy's life, it's going to be there. It's always going to be popping up. I shouldn't be snapping. It's always going to be popping up. It's a recurring thing. He's a good actor. He did a great job of showing what that character should be feeling at that time. Now, his nephew is a horrible actor. His little over-dramatization of past events and knowing that his cousin's gone, they like brothers because they grew up together, and he's a horrible actor. That was a bad performance on his part. Oh, I remember Ziggy. Oh, God. No, stop it. That's horrible. Stop it. But they did. But the idea was great because they took a chance to just revisit, to try and rebuild some of the ideas that come along with brotherhood or knowing somebody for so long in that situation, actually being family. They did a great job of showing that. I guess I feel like I should talk about everything. There's a little itty bitty side note here. Kima's kind of she's on her way to being a parent, and looks like she's not really too interested about it. They've also, that's the whole episode in a nutshell. I think it was such a good episode. I was not expecting the episode to be that good after the last episode, but now I know for sure it's confirmed that these individuals, that the show, it's confirmed that the show, what was I going to say? This confirms for me that the show will present an idea of calm waters, if you will. Everything seems to be fine, it's happy, it's go-lucky, and then they'll drop a bomb on you like this. And I have to say, I couldn't be more pleased with watching it. I mean, I feel like this could have been a season finale for somebody who, I guess, who was not that forward thinking. I hate to rag on people like that, but maybe somebody who's, I shouldn't even have said that, but I feel like I've seen shows of lesser quality settle for this being a season finale. This isn't the season finale. This is season finale quality right here, to be honest with you. I'm excited to see what happens to Ziggy. I'm excited to see what happens to the nephew. I'm excited to see what happens to Sabaka. I'm excited to see what the police's efforts, what their efforts are going to net them as far as getting this case closed. But I'm more excited to see. Well, I should say I'm equally excited to see what's going to happen between Stringer and Avon and this Muzone character and the guys working these towers. I'm so excited to see what's going to happen because there's a lot of doubt that's been placed. So let's see what happens there. Omar makes an appearance in this episode as well. So again, they aren't doing anything in this episode but just planting seeds and making me want to watch whatever happens after it. So stick with me for the rest of this season and the rest of the other seasons, right? Go check out my Breaking Bad. Go check out what else I have? It's a few movies sprinkled in there. Oh, also, I'm gonna bring back the Futurama. I took a little break from doing Futurama, but I'm gonna try and bring it back. Well, not gonna try. I'm going to. Speaking to reality. I'm going to. All right.